Guys, in this video, we're going to check out some financial advice by a 33-year-old multi-millionaire. And some of you already know who this person is, but I'm going to tell you in a second. If you're new to this channel, by the way, my name is Marlon Johnson. This is the Daily Study. I do videos like this every single day where I break down things I'm learning from books, mentors, gurus, and we bring it back to you so that ultimately you can get a step up in life. Now, let's go ahead and look at this thread from Alex Hormozi. So it reads, if you have less than $100,000 to your name and would like to basically get rich, is what he's getting at, you need to do this. You need to stop eating out, so get discount groceries only. You need to stop buying new clothes, go to the Goodwill only. You need to only attend free friend events. If they don't support your goals, they're not your friends. You need to take the rest of your time to do what? I'm not sure. Oh, look at that right here. Apply for jobs that make more, pick up side hustles, learn skills you could trade for a higher hourly income, or find the hardest worker in the room and 2x their level of input. All right, I read through that quickly. Let's go and actually break it down, slow it down, and have a conversation about this. All right, so the first thing is if you got less than 100K, that you should stop eating out, go to get discount groceries only. This is interesting because I've actually heard Alex give counter advice, which says you should, if you're spending too much time cooking, just order Chipotle and get a like Chipotle catering where you're going to spend maybe like $150 a week versus $100 per week in groceries. But with the groceries, it's going to involve having to do the cleaning, the dishes, all that good stuff. So here's what I think Alex is really getting at. Stop spending money keeping up with the Joneses. If your friends want to go out to dinner every single night, but you're broke, stop going out to dinner with them. Go home and eat groceries or go home and eat the catered Chipotle. Stop spending so much money. It's a bit of a Dave Ramsey advice where I agree to an extent that if you're not making the money you want to earn, please, like it's cool. It could be a little embarrassing at first, but straight up, if your friends are going to embarrass you about wanting to be more financially responsible and more fiscally responsible, then they aren't really the friends you want to keep around. So stop eating out and get groceries. Stop buying new clothes, Goodwill only. Guys, I pick up some dope stuff at the Goodwill. I mean, I've gotten ties for my suits over at the Goodwill for $1, where in the suit store, they were trying to sell me a tie for $40, right? So we're talking about, I mean, I could take that tie and go ahead and flip it on the market for $20 and make a come up. Go to the Goodwill and get your gear. Again, stop trying to impress other people. If you are broke, right, like real wealth, they don't wear their wealth. Real wealth, it's in the assets they own. And your clothing, unless you're marketing for your brand or unless you are like a social media influencer getting paid affiliate money, typically 90%, 99% of the people, your clothing is a liability. So stop spending so much money on it. It needs to keep you warm. It needs to keep you comfortable, and it needs to give you a little bit of confidence, but you don't need Gucci on your shirt to feel confident. Just find a good fitting shirt. Also, side note, this is just the truth. If you want to have style, it's less about, and I learned this by just asking people who I thought had great style. They all said to me, Marlon, it's less about what you're wearing and more about how what you're wearing fits you. So just find clothes that fit you well, that really hug your body type in a way that makes it accentuates the good parts of your body, and just be in shape. That's the best way to make clothes really rock out and look good on a person. So let's keep going here. He says only attend free friend events. If they don't support your goals, they're not your friends. I like this because if your friends are like, hey, let's go skydiving, and skydiving costs $400 and you don't have the extra $400, and they start to make fun of you because you're in a season of growth, that's not a real friend. Your real friends will say, hey, look, we would love for you to come out one day. I understand you don't have it right now, but the invite's going to be here, but go get your bag, right? Like, no worries. Like, my friends, one of the best things my friends ever did for me, and this is why I still love these guys, is they gave me permission to step away from them. They actually let me go ahead and pursue the real estate. They let me pursue the entrepreneurship. And I never felt worried that I was going to lose the love, right? I never felt like I was going to be kicked out of the group because I was not hanging out with them at the bar or not going to the clubs and not doing the vacations that they wanted to go on. So make sure you get friends that allow you to go and basically disappear and go into a cave for 2 years while you work on your business. Now, over here he says, take the rest of your time to do these things. Apply for jobs that make you more money, which arguably you want to do. You want to start increasing your earning capacity. You want to pick up a side hustle. So if you only work 9 to 5 and maybe you got a couple of more hours, go drive Uber or drive Lyft for an hour. Go and sell things on eBay. Go just start a side hustle to start making more money. Maybe you tutor the neighborhood kid, whatever it may be. Maybe you're a personal trainer. Maybe you're in great shape. Go pick up a client and train them for $100 an hour. Then the next is, by the way, I used to do that. I used to take my spare time, and I was a parkour coach, and I would actually just do private lessons. And then when COVID happened, I actually started doing these private lessons online where I would get my former students and I would just do coaching calls with them over Zoom, and we would do workouts at home. Next, learn skills you can trade for a higher hourly rate. This is probably the most important thing. Start acquiring new skills. I started to learn how to sell, and I became a high ticket closer, making, we had one weekend where we closed over close to $1 million. It was like 900 and something $1,000 in a single weekend. And that came as a result of learning how to sell high ticket. And that gave me the confidence to go on and to do so much more. And finally, learn the skills you can, he said find the hardest worker in the room and 2x their level of inputs. So I love this because I typically like to ask people if they're on a team or if they work in a company, who's the top producer in your company, on your team, in your organization? And I say go and sit around them and either ask them, what are they doing? And if they don't want to tell you, just watch what they're doing, observe them for a few days, and then simply go and just do twice as much as whatever they're doing. Whatever they're doing, just do 2 times as much of it. That's it. If it's working for them, it will work for you. The only thing is you're just going to have to do double, because if you do the same amount, the problem is they're already ahead of you. So you're never going to get past and surpass them. In order for you to catch up and then surpass, you actually need to put in more effort. You need to double if they're making 10 calls, you should be making 25 calls. If they're going out and knocking on 5 houses, you should be knocking on 15 houses. That's the only way you're going to be able to catch up to them and eventually surpass them. So I love this thread, but then it got even better. This was a week ago, but then if you look at this, he actually continued it down below. He says, then wait 36 months. He's like, so do this for 3 years. And then what you're going to do is you're going to decrease the outflow, which I'm assuming he just means like that work that you're putting in. Increase the inflow. To be honest, I actually was a little confused with the difference between outflow and inflow. So Alex Hormozi, if you're watching this, just tell me what was the difference between outflow and inflow. But he said, accepting sacrifice as a price tag for things you want the most. Suffer for 36 months to get financial foothold is way better than spending 36 years trying to turn a corner that never comes. I know these people, right? I know what it feels like. I've been this person. I know exactly what it feels like to keep thinking in the back of your head, okay, you know what, just event like tomorrow that thing is going to happen. Tomorrow that thing is going to happen, but I'm unwilling to change what I'm doing today. And it's almost like you're banking on this lottery that is out of your control. I personally like control, and I don't want to bank on something else coming to eventually rescue me and save me, because guess what? It's not coming. Nobody is coming to rescue you. If you want your life to be better, you have to do that work yourself. Get up and make the podcast, right? If Gary Vee was here, he would tell you to go start the business, go on the side hustle, go travel, get the job, quit the job, do the thing. Just do the work. Take action. Stop watching don't watch another YouTube video today. Go take action. Come back tomorrow and watch one of these. I make them short. These are like 5, 7, 8 minute long videos. They're short, so you can get a little bit of what you need and then go apply it. Please apply it today. Start with one of these advices. This was really good advice that Alex said. Right, if you're making under 100K, do these things. If you want to make more money, do these things. I agree and I co-sign with this advice. So maybe one day in the future, I'll talk to my camera guy, and maybe Ben and I can set up a day or like a month where we do a challenge of like living with like $1,000 for the entire month, and we just see what we can do to survive. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a comment below and let me know, would you want to see a challenge like that? If I can get at least 1,000 people to like leave a comment, or like one person leaves a comment saying yes, if there's 1,000 yeses to me doing a challenge where I live off of $1,000 for a month, I will do that. I will take that challenge on. I will live with just $1,000 for an entire month and see how much money I can grow and earn with starting off with just $1,000. If we get 1,000 yeses, if we get 10,000 yeses, I'll make it $100. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you want to see that happen, and come back tomorrow for another daily study. But for the rest of today, do me a favor, go and start implementing on your dreams.